My name is Joe Mobley. I'm a urologist at Henry County Medical Center, and we work at a clinic called Kentucky Lake Urologic Associates, which is a couple of blocks from the hospital. I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee. We moved here when I was 5 years old. My father is a physician and a urologist here in town, so I spent most of my formative years in Henry County and in Paris. Went to high school at Henry County High School. I went to Sewanee, the University of the South, for college. I got a master's in public health degree in international health policy at George Washington University. Went to medical school at the University of Tennessee in Memphis and fellowship in Florida, residency in Knoxville, and then back here. My father's a urologist. Grew up watching him work. He loved what he did. He was home for holidays and had a wonderful career, and that certainly played an impact and a big role on my decision making. The slightly longer version is that I knew I wanted to be in a surgical field. When looking at the various surgical subspecialties, urology was the one that seemed to fit the lifestyle that I wanted and the blend of clinic and surgery that I thought would be very rewarding. So you get to see all ages of patients, young, old, men, women. You get to treat a variety of conditions from different types of cancers to kidney stones to urinary incontinence, and all of those things are very interesting to me, and you can really make a positive impact in your patient's life, oftentimes for many, many years, and that's what's rewarding from a urologic standpoint. Work takes up a lot of the spare time these days, but spending time with family and friends is certainly high on the list. Being outdoors, hiking, maybe golfing a couple of times a year, but those are the things that are most important. So I have 3 daughters. My oldest daughter, Louisa, is about to be 9. My middle daughter, Harriet, is 6, and my youngest daughter, Anne, is 3 years old. My mom and dad live here in Paris still and get to see them on a regular basis. I also have 2 sisters, one of which works very closely with us in our clinic, which is sort of a special thing. And I have another sister who lives outside of Memphis, and she's in the medical field and works as a physical therapist. My family has a long history of living and working in Paris and Henry County Medical Center has been a part of that from the beginning. My grandfather and great uncle were here, my father was here, and it's an honor and a privilege to be able to come back into work. Not a week goes by that I don't see someone that my grandfather saw as a patient or operated on, so that continuity of care and that continuation of things is quite simply something you couldn't get anywhere else. We're able to provide a service here locally that otherwise people would have to drive 2.5 hours in order to receive, and that's rewarding and hopefully helpful to patients as much as it's rewarding for us. Well, I think when looking for any physician, not just a urologist, you want to find someone that you can communicate with and someone that you feel comfortable with. Certainly things like experience are important, but I think communication and that sense of comfort is probably the number one overall factor, regardless of whether it's a urologist or a primary care physician or any other physician out there. You need to be able to feel free to ask questions and to get the answers that you need and feel comfortable feeling that it's a mutual decision-making process regarding your health care and not just a one-way street.